Oh, damn it, wrong way. There we go. There we go. Right. If this is working, then I'll be ready. Yeah, it's working, awesome. Wait for that to thing. Yes, I could actually. It works. Yeah, it's all working, awesome. It works. Hey, Derek. Yeah. How you doing, dude? I hope you're well. Right, let's kick this off. I think everything's working, so that helps. Yeah, Prince of Persia's gonna be my first like vlog. Then I'm gonna do them for other things once I've figured it out. But I guess where to start? I guess I'll start with what my favourite game is and the reasons for it. My actual favourite game of the series, out of the whole series, is the Two Thrones. But I'm good, dude, I'm good. But in terms of my favourite Prince character from the actual whole series, it's probably the Prince of Persia from the Warrior Within. Just because, yep. Just because I generally think that he is a... Let's see if that works. Oops. That's a bit too big. Let's try and reset. Let me edit the properties quickly. Oh no. Leave it there. Yeah. I'm not doing Witcher 3 today. I'll do it another time once I'm... That better? I can leave it on the... I'll leave it in the corner still. I need to... hang on. Let me... reset the size. There we go. That better, final? I'll wait for him to... Yeah, so, basically, my favourite Prince of Persia is the one from the Warrior Within, just because I generally think that it makes him... His character design in that game is an absolute badass. But from a personal perspective, my favourite is the Two Thrones. Just because I love the action sequences in that game. And the fact that you can fight as the Dark Prince. And the different combat skills it gives you for the two characters is really... It was intricate at the time when I first played it, because it was one of the very first games that I played on the GameCube. And so it actually really drew me to the GameCube controls and the design of the system. Because of the intricateness of the levels and the different death kills you could pull off as the Dark Prince. So hanging yourself upside down just to stealth kill them and different things. But from a personal perspective for you guys, what is your favorite Prince of Persia game out of the ones that you guys have played? You only played a little Warrior with me. Yeah, I just meant as a general oversight. What one would you pick? You've never played it, but you watched the film and it was. That's a good response, I guess. That's a good response. At least I guess it's given me a different view of it. But no, I never actually watched the film, I must admit. But no, I feel like this is gonna sound odd. But if I'm trying to like layer up the things, when yeah, the film did look pretty horrid. The thing that I found really odd, and this is one of the things, and I bet I'll get slated for it if anyone comments, is I've played most of the Prince of Persia games. The one when they remade it in 2008, I really, really disliked. Like, I played half of it, but it was probably the longest amount of time it took me to ever try and play a game, just because of the amount of trouble that it caused me. And, when I played the Forgotten Sands, which was the next game in the series, I actually thought, maybe we're heading back towards where we need to be with this game, which is get back to the platforming. And hello Simo, welcome dude. And it was basically, they're finally at a point where the prince is going back to what he's good at, which is platforming, general combat with things, and them not making it into a mystical, like, gone too magic-y point, in the same way that I can't use Resident Evil as an example because it would be a bad example. But they made it too magic-y and not what the Prince of Persia is meant to be about. So his ability to avoid traps and generally jump over stuff as you're living. And that's what I'm hoping for if they make another game, is that it will go back to that. So not all back to like the Sands of Time and him basically going, collecting a sword and screwing up because he accidentally released a mystical power. I wanted to go back to the prince being able to avoid traps and generally overcome obstacles using a wide range of actual moves, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's one of those funny things, like, because I want to do more of these, like, because this is the first one, but I've got so many different games collections I could talk about you guys if it works. And like, well, Final Fantasy, as you all know, is my thing. That's the one thing. I could talk about it for hours. And it will probably take me hours to be able to do vlogs like this for it. Do I like the old ones? What, the Prince of Persia games? Yeah, I like the originals. Like, I played all the original Prince of Persia games. And that was what first got me interested. Like, I actually went back and played the original one from 1987 or whatever it is. And I remember getting really frustrated because the controls on it are something, yeah, the controls on it are something terrible. Don't go back and try and play it because, yeah, it might cause some of you minor frustration or lots of rage quitting, depending on the essence of, yeah, depending on what your things are. If you rage quit, then definitely don't go and play it. I don't want comments on this video at the end saying I am charging you for a new computer screen because I put my keyboard through it when the trap killed me for the 4th time in history. Hey Leon, welcome dude. But no, I played I've played pretty much every entry in the series final. That's it's one of those things. If it's a series that I fall in love with, then I'll go back and look at the older ones. But I never play them in chronological order, if that makes sense. So, like, I think the first Prince of Persia game I actually played was, I think it went The Sands of Time, then the Two Thrones, then I went back to the Warrior Within, and then it went back to the originals, and then the newer ones after that. Because I can never do something in an order. It's always got to be my own order. I doubt I was the only one, Lloyd. I doubt I was the only one, because the original Sands of Time actually sold pretty well. But no, it's just the. But the later, like, the Warrior Within and the Two Thrones actually sold well. But hey, Danny. But the later ones didn't sell quite as well, but they still sold. And I know, Leon, I know. You're not the first person to say that I look like Jesus. But no, I don't think I was single-handedly responsible for making them money so that they could finance the entire film, Lloyd. I'm not going to go that far. I mean, there's a certain degree of, like, yeah. I don't think I as one person was able to do that. Yeah, that's definitely not on me, that one. But how's everybody doing today and stuff? Hey Danny, by the way, I hope you're well. I haven't seen you in a while. I forgot to say that. But no, if anyone's not played the games, then I definitely recommend the series to them. I would say start with the Sands of Time through to the Two Thrones, as opposed to playing the newer ones first of all. Hey V4. This is the first one, Leon. This is hopefully the first one of many if it goes well. Oh, sorry to hear that, Danny, and I get you, I get you. But no, Leon, this is the first one. This is, yeah. Low V4, low. Sombrero hat, and I'm looking Spanish. I'm not buying a sombrero hat just so that you can say that, Lloyd. It's not happening. But no, I'm talking about the Prince of Persia V4. I'm talking about what the I'm talking about what my favourite game is from the series, and you look like the Prince. And what my reasoning was for the story and stuff, and like why I enjoyed the particular game so much. What attracts you to the game? What attracts me to the games? That's an easy one. It's part it's part plot development, and part character. But the reason why I say it's part plot development then part character is because I've always been one that won't get too attached to a character. I'll get more attached to what the story is trying to tell me before I then end up getting attached to the characters. And it comes to a thing that they could be the worst characters in the world in terms of what they're trying to become. But if the story ends up linking into it, then I'm more likely to be also something for a character. Hey Blur, welcome dude. Hey Frosty. Like, because some of the combat, especially in the Sands of Time, I didn't really like a lot of the combat. Like, I like the dodging mechanic and the climbing mechanics, but generally the actual combat in places is very frustrating. I don't know. Hang on, Danny. Let me check. Let me check and see if the dashboard is telling me anything. Yeah, the Sands of Time was on PS2. Mine's not lagging. Mine's fine as far as I can tell. What was your favourite game then, Frosty Boy? For you, it's out of sync. Oh, damn it. I need to go and hang on. Let me go and reset the things, then I'll come back.